If you are a senior, or if you are helping an older parent or family member plan any kind of travel in 2026, then this video is absolutely for you, and I need you to pay close attention to what I am about to share. Because right now, in February of 2026, there are multiple layers of new rules around passports, passport photos, airport identification, and travel documents that are tripping people up and leading to denied applications, missed flights, and in some cases, real panic at the airport. We are going to walk through all of it together today, step by step, so that you can go into this year fully prepared. No surprises, no denials, just smooth travel with the right documents in hand. That is what Immigration News Today is here for, and that is exactly what we are going to do right now. Let us start by grounding ourselves in what is actually happening in the broader travel document landscape as of February 13th, 2026. The last 12 months have brought more changes to U.S. passport rules, photo standards, and airport identification requirements than we have seen in over 2 decades. These changes are coming from multiple directions at once: the U.S. Department of State, the Transportation Security Administration, and global bodies like the International Civil Aviation Organization, which sets biometric standards for passports worldwide. Taken individually, each change might seem manageable, but when they stack up together, as they have, the picture becomes complicated quickly, especially for seniors who may not have renewed their passports recently, who may be accustomed to old ways of doing things, or who simply were not aware that so much had shifted. So let us take this one piece at a time and make it all make sense. The first and perhaps most important thing every senior traveler needs to understand right now is the status of their passport. Not just whether they have one, but whether it is valid, how long it has been since it was issued, and whether it will be accepted at the destination they are traveling to. Here is the rule from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, confirmed on their official website at cbp.gov. Many countries around the world require that your passport have at least 6 months of validity remaining beyond your planned return date. That means if you are planning a trip to Italy in April 2026 and your passport expires in August 2026, you may be denied entry at the airport, even if your passport is technically not yet expired. Because from Italy's perspective, that passport does not have 6 months of validity beyond your travel dates. The airline may not even let you board. This 6-month rule catches so many travelers off guard every single year, and it is especially relevant for seniors whose passports may have been issued 10 years ago and are now approaching expiration. So here is the first action step I want you to take today. Go get your passport right now and look at the expiration date. Then count forward from when you plan to return from any international trip and ask yourself, does my passport have at least 6 months of validity beyond that date? If the answer is no, or if you are unsure, it is time to renew. And here is the good news on that front. The U.S. Department of State confirmed current processing times on their official website travel.state.gov as of late January 2026. Routine processing takes 4 to 6 weeks from the time your application reaches a passport agency or center. That does not include mailing time, which can add an additional 2 to 4 weeks. So the total door-to-door time for routine service is realistically 8 to 10 weeks. Expedited processing, which costs an additional $60, typically takes 2 to 3 weeks at the agency level. For urgent situations, meaning you have international travel within 14 days, you can schedule an in-person appointment at one of the State Department's 26 passport agency locations by calling the National Passport Information Center at 1-877-487-2778. Now let me talk about who can renew online, because this is a significant update that many seniors may not know about. The State Department officially expanded its online passport renewal system, and as of 2026, it is available to eligible adults. To qualify for online renewal, you must be 25 years of age or older. Your current passport must be a 10-year adult passport that is either expiring within 1 year or expired less than 5 years ago. You must not be changing your name or any personal information, and you must have a mailing address within a U.S. state or territory. This is a helpful option for seniors who have mobility limitations or simply find it more convenient to apply from home. The only official, authorized website to renew online is opr.travel.state.gov. This is very important. The State Department has warned explicitly that other websites and companies claiming to offer online passport renewal may be fraudulent. Even if the website name includes the word gov, if it does not end in a .gov address, it is not authorized. Always verify you are on the official U.S. government website before submitting any personal information or payment. Now let us talk about something that has generated a lot of confusion and even some fear online, and that is the new passport photo requirements that went into full enforcement beginning January 2026. The U.S. Department of State officially ended its grace period for non-compliant passport photos on December 31, 2025. Starting January 1, 2026, there are 0 exceptions and 0 appeals during initial review for photos that do not meet the new requirements. The State Department reported that over 300,000 passport applications were rejected in 2024 alone due to photo issues. With stricter enforcement now in place, that number is expected to be higher in 2026. So what has changed, and why does it matter especially for seniors? The most important change is the complete prohibition on digitally altered photos. The State Department's official guidance, which you can find on travel.state.gov, states clearly, do not change your photo using computer software, phone apps or filters, or artificial intelligence. That means no skin smoothing, no background replacement, no red-eye correction, no beautification features, even the automatic ones built into modern smartphones. This is not a small thing. Many smartphones today automatically apply subtle filters or beauty modes when taking photos. If you take a selfie and your phone quietly softened the image, you may not even realize it. But the State Department's biometric scanning systems are designed to detect those alterations, and your application will be rejected. The fix is straightforward. Use a professional passport photo service at a pharmacy, a post office, or a passport photo shop. These professionals know the requirements and can produce a compliant image. If you must take your own photo, turn off all beauty modes on your phone and stand several feet back with another person holding the camera rather than taking a selfie. The technical specifications have not changed in terms of size. Your photo must be 2 by 2 inches, with your head measuring between 1 inch and 1 3/8 inches from chin to top of the head. The background must be plain white or off-white. There must be no shadows on your face or behind you. Your eyes must be open and looking directly at the camera. And as has been the rule since 2016, glasses are not permitted in passport photos, except with a documented medical necessity from a doctor. If you have a religious head covering, that is permitted as long as your full face from chin to forehead is clearly visible. Here is something I especially want seniors to hear. You should look like yourself in your passport photo. Do not be tempted to use an older photo or a photo taken more than 6 months ago. The State Department requires your photo to represent how you look today, and their systems cross-reference photos for consistency. A photo taken more than 6 months ago may trigger a flag. We know that aging is a natural part of life, and the government understands that too. The requirement is simply that the photo is recent and unaltered. So take a fresh photo, make sure the lighting is even, wear what you normally wear, and do not let anyone run it through a filter. That is truly all you need to do. Now let us move to something that is absolutely critical for any senior planning to fly domestically in 2026, and that is the new Real ID enforcement and the recent launch of the TSA Confirm ID system. Here is the background. The Real ID Act was passed by Congress back in 2005 following the 9/11 Commission's recommendations. Full enforcement finally went into effect on May 7, 2025, under DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. A Real ID-compliant driver's license or state ID is now required to board domestic flights and access certain federal facilities. You can tell if your ID is real ID compliant by looking for a star symbol, typically in the upper right corner of your license or state ID card. Then, in December 2025, the TSA announced a new phase of enforcement that went live on February 1st, 2026, just 12 days ago as we record this. Starting that date, travelers who arrive at a TSA checkpoint without a real ID or another acceptable form of identification now have the option to pay a $45 fee to use a new system called TSA Confirm ID. This is an identity verification process that uses biometric and biographic information to confirm who you are. However, the TSA has been clear that this is optional, not a guarantee. If you use Confirm ID and the system cannot confirm your identity, you may still be denied access through the security checkpoint and potentially miss your flight. The process also takes extra time, which means arriving early is essential. Here is the key message for seniors in this context. Your valid U.S. passport, including both the passport book and the passport card, is still a fully acceptable form of identification at TSA checkpoints. A passport is an acceptable alternative to a real ID for domestic flights, according to TSA's official guidance at tsa.gov. So if you have a valid passport, you do not need to worry about real ID at all. Use your passport. It is accepted. This is important and reassuring for seniors who may not have updated their state driver's license to be real ID compliant, or who live in states where the transition is still in progress. Your passport is your safety net in this regard. But what if your passport has expired and you have not renewed it yet? Then before your next domestic or international flight, you need to either get your passport renewed, obtain a real ID-compliant state ID, or be prepared to pay the $45 Confirm ID fee and allow extra time at the checkpoint. Of these three options, renewing your passport or getting a real ID is by far the most reliable. Do not count on Confirm ID as your travel plan if you have other options available. There is one more travel document development that seniors with international travel plans need to know about for 2026. If you are planning to travel to Europe, specifically to countries within the Schengen area, which includes much of the European Union, a new pre-travel authorization system called ETS, the European Travel Information and Authorization System, has been in the planning stages for some time and is expected to become operational for American travelers. ETS would require U.S. citizens, who currently do not need a visa to visit most European countries for short stays, to register and pay a small fee online before traveling. Think of it as similar to the ESTA system that visitors to the United States must complete. The implementation timeline has shifted multiple times, and official guidance from the European Union should always be checked before any trip to Europe to confirm the current status. Check the EU's official ETS website and your destination country's embassy for the latest requirements. Let us also briefly address the travel ban situation that many viewers have been asking about. In December 2025, President Trump issued a presidential proclamation expanding entry restrictions to nationals of certain countries. As of January 1, 2026, 19 countries face full entry bans, meaning neither immigrant nor non-immigrant visas are being issued to their nationals. 20 additional countries face partial restrictions. If you or a family member holds a passport from any of these affected countries, it is essential to consult with a qualified immigration attorney before making any travel plans, as the situation is complex and individual circumstances vary. Official details are published on the DHS and State Department websites, and the CBP website at cbp.gov is a reliable source for up-to-date information on who is affected and what exemptions may apply, including those for green card holders and dual nationals. Before we bring this together, let me summarize the most important action steps for seniors based on everything we have covered today. First, check your passport's expiration date today and confirm it has at least 6 months of validity beyond your planned return date for any international trip. Second, if your passport needs renewal, go to travel.state.gov and check whether you qualify to renew online through opr.travel.state.gov or whether you should renew by mail or in person. Third, when you are ready for a new passport photo, use a professional photo service. Do not use any filtered, AI-edited, or beautified image. Make sure the photo is taken within the last 6 months. Fourth, confirm whether your state-issued ID is Real ID compliant by checking for the star symbol. If it is not, you can use your passport for airport travel instead. Fifth, if you are planning international travel to Europe or other destinations with new electronic pre-authorization requirements, check the official website for that destination country and verify what you need before you book. Sixth, if any of your family members travel on a passport from one of the newly restricted countries, consult an immigration attorney before travel. And as always, this content is provided for informational purposes only. It is not legal advice, and nothing in this video should replace the guidance of a qualified immigration attorney or official government source for your specific situation. Immigration and travel policy can change quickly, and what is accurate today may shift tomorrow. The information in this video reflects conditions as of February 13th, 2026. Please verify all details with official sources, including travel, state.gov for passport information, TSA.gov for airport identification requirements, and DHS.gov for immigration policy updates. On-screen disclaimer: policy changes can occur at any time. Always verify with official sources. We cover these topics because we believe every traveler deserves to go into their journey with confidence and clarity, not confusion and last-minute panic. If this video helped you or someone you care about, please take a moment to like it and share it with your friends, your family, or your community group. For seniors especially, this information is genuinely important, and sharing it could save someone a very stressful situation at the passport office or the airport. Subscribe to Immigration News Today if you have not already, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We will be right here, watching these developments and breaking them down for you in plain language every single time. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself, take care of your travel documents, and we will see you in the next video. Safe travels.